Today, I'm back with another mega physical media ranking video for you all. Today, I'm ranking the top 10 best 4K Ultra HD discs of the year so far, because we're right past the midpoint. Now, the factors here I considered were, of course, the 4K visual, audio, look and quality to it all. Yes, that was important, but also I considered the overall packaging, special features, and also the quality of the movie itself. So this was a tough list to put together, so many great choices, but let's get started anyway. Let's start first up at the bottom here. We got Roadhouse. Yes, a Vinegar Syndrome title on my list. I don't even collect much Vinegar Syndrome, but this movie was so impressive to me. It's more of a mainstream title. It's like an action kung fu sorts of a movie. You got Patrick Swayze. You can't get wrong with that, right? So really liked the movie overall. It was my first time watch. Tons of great special features with interviews from the cast members. I mean, this was just a great solid release. And I got the cheaper version of this one. There was that more expensive one that was a nice magnetic case. That was great as well. But just on the value alone, this was an awesome release in itself. Had to put Roadhouse on this list. I know, I'm surprised. A Vinegar Syndrome title from Mega Mike. Sometimes it happens. Alright, next up, we gotta show Scream Factory some love too, because you know I love the horror movies. We got The Burning. Yes, this is pretty much a Friday the 13th type of movie. Same premise, campground, slasher against teenagers. You know what it's all about. But the 4K sharpness here was great with all the practical gore effects, the blood, everything really popped in the movie. And I just really liked this release. The special features were great as well. I mean, for the interview with Tom Savini, the makeup practical effect artist, it was worth it alone to get this release. Happy with my first time watch, and I like the cover artwork. Very, very cool there. Can't go wrong with The Burning. All right, next up. Oh, I love this release here. I mean, there's so many good titles here. But we got Crank from Lionsgate. The steelbook was fantastic. Artwork inside and out was awesome. A lot of popping colors in there. I like the plastic slipcovers on these steelbooks. And the movie itself is pretty fun. It's action packed. You get Jason Statham in there. So, yeah, I had a decent time with it. It's not one of my favorite movies of all time, but due to the packaging alone, also, with the 4K quality, the movie looked really good, sounded really good. Even though it's a newer movie, still very, very solid. And for the price, that Lionsgate price, that cannot be beat. I had to shout out Crank here. All right, next up, oh yeah, this was a good one. And we got Avatar: The Way of Water. Yes, a Disney title on this stack here. Hey, when they do something good, I will give credit where credit is due. And this was an awesome release in terms of 4K quality. Looked amazing, sounded amazing. I mean, James Cameron is just a master to the art of visual storytelling. But yeah, the 4K popped with all the colors, the blues, the greens, all the different environments with the forest and the water. I mean, you almost feel like you're swimming with these Avatar characters at the end of the day. So really like the release here. I like the story too. It's an improvement over the first, so it's a worthy sequel. And you get so many discs in here. You get a third disc, meaning you get tons of special features. Yeah, the slipcover artwork isn't the best here. I will say that. That's the only drawback. But the rest of it, very, very solid release. So very happy with Disney on this one. Next up, we got an underrated release, in my opinion. No one ever talks about this one. Not a lot of people picked it up, but The Prince of Egypt, the 25th anniversary edition. First of all, I love the slipcover. You can see the gold shininess on the jewelry. Really pops. The purples in the background are fantastic. But this is a fantastic movie in terms of animation, just visually stunning. Also, the music here they use is phenomenal. The cast members, the voice acting is on point. I mean, it just has everything great you want in an animated movie. I love the story here. Like I said, it has everything. The special features are great on there too. No complaints here. More people need to talk about The Prince of Egypt. Very, very solid 4K release. I mean, when the singing gets on with that track, it just pops. And that's what I like out of my 4Ks. All right, next up. Ooh, we got to get into a Criterion release here. And we got Thelma and Louise. No surprise here. This was a first time watch for me. The story is great. I mean, these two dynamic powerhouses here in terms of actresses were awesome in their roles. Also, you have Brad Pitt in the movie, who was great. So, really captivating, thrilling story. But in terms of the 4K, the sharpness, the colors were there, everything popped. The movie sounded good. It has great music background to this one. And then this release, Criterion did great special features. I love Criterion style. I love this kind of booklet digipack form. It just has so much packed in here. Criterion, great job on this release. More of a mainstream title. I want to see more of this from you. All right, next up, we got, ooh, look at this one. This is a great one too. Another steelbook here with Air Force One, Harrison Ford as the president. Where can you go wrong with this? Nowhere, because this was a fun action-packed movie. It was a first-time watch for me. Very thrilling, very entertaining, and the 4K was great. Very sharp. Once again, everything popped. People's hair in the movie really stood out. But yeah, it was fantastic. The villain was great in here too, Gary Oldman. I mean, you can't go wrong with the dynamics back and forth in here. So really cool looking scenes, and I love the steelbook design. I mean, those colors with the reds and the blues just pops perfectly for Air Force One. You know, doing those United States colors. It just, ooh, really good design here. Very happy with this release, and they added in the Dolby Vision with this one, which once again looks stunning. Very, very happy on this release. Next up, ooh, another steelbook. This one from Lionsgate here. We got Sisu. Yes, you gotta have that Sisu action. One of the surprise movies of the year. Very John Wick style. Bloody, gory action. The bloods definitely pop in this movie. The explosions, all that action pops with the 4K sharpness. So I really like this movie myself. Very entertained by it. I love the design of the steelbook. Looks good front and back on the inside. Has that gold looking color to it, which fits perfectly with what goes on in the movie. Love the plastic slip covers Lionsgate does. Extra protection. Like I said, Lionsgate is phenomenal, and the price wasn't too bad. There's the value. That's why I like to shout out so many Lionsgate titles, but very happy with Sisu. So now let's move on. All right, next up. Ooh, another awesome steelbooks. You know I love my steelbooks here. And we gotta have Flashdance. Yay, a classic 80s movie everybody loves. My first time watching this one, and it sounded great, especially with the soundtrack this movie has. You just want to get up, start dancing. The characters are super fun. The story's interesting. I mean, just the musical numbers alone will sell you on this movie. I love the colors. Once again, very 80s. It pops that design. I love the vibe. I love the vibe of this movie. Very good steelbook design. Like I said, the 4K is all there with the sharpness of the image as well with every scene. Once again, it just stands out. Really love Flashdance. All right, next up. Oh, number one. We're now into the top one. Top one. My favorite steelbook of the year so far. We gotta have John Wick Chapter 4. Yes, the Lionsgate release. The Best Buy exclusive steelbook. I mean, this had so many different types of editions out there to choose from. A lot of them were excellent. But I do like this one. I like the red style. It's like raining down blood or something, but it works perfect for the movie. Like I said, the image, the designs, front and back, inside work perfectly. And this movie is phenomenal. It is just so entertaining. They take the action up a notch in terms of how they film, like with the top down camera through that one house area, going room to room with the action. That was super cool, but everything is phenomenal. Yes, sometimes the action gets a little silly and over the tops and a little bonkers, but that's kind of a charm to the John Wick movies at this point. So really good movie, but 4K is great here. Looks amazing, very sharp with all the different environments they go to, from the desert to Paris. You can't go wrong there. Sounds fantastic too with the music they use, really captivates you. Yeah, so everything in terms of a 4K release I look for, it has great artwork, steelbook design, visual, sound, just an awesome, awesome movies. One of the best of the year. It is just all around one of the perfect packages. So that's why it has to be number one on my list by far. So clear number one here for me. But yeah, those are my top 10 favorite 4K Ultra HD discs of the year so far. Once we just got right past this midpoint, you guys let me know in the comments below what were some of your favorites out of my stack. what would be your list, because I know everybody has different opinions out there. You would totally have a different ranking, so share your top 10 down below. And if you love collecting physical media just like me, make sure you subscribe right now. That way I can keep you entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
Amen.
And if you enjoy these physical media topics, check out another one right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.